When you hear Cabernet in a conversation, what are we talking about? Cabernet Sauvignon or Cabernet Franc? In this episode of Crush on This, we'll talk about both Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc, sharing some of the things they have in common and what sets them apart. Enjoy this video, give it a like, comment anytime during the video, and subscribe to our channel for more. We often just say Cabernet when we're talking about wine, but when casually saying Cabernet, which refers to a single varietal wine, are we talking about Cabernet Sauvignon or Cabernet Franc?
Well, more often than not, when we say Cabernet, we're referring to Cabernet Sauvignon. That's because it's the most often found as a single varietal wine.
Both Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc originate in Bordeaux, France, where they are typically blended together along with Merlot, Malbec, and Petit Verdot. And here is a fun fact. Cabernet Franc is a parent to Cabernet Sauvignon.
That's right. Cabernet Sauvignon is the most commonly planted grape around the world. As a slow ripening grape, it does best in warmer climates, such as Napa Valley.
On the other hand, Cabernet Franc ripens quickly and does well in cooler climates. It is planted around the world, and it's usually alongside Cabernet Sauvignon and blended together. But in the Loire Valley, it's used for single varietal wines.
Cabernet Sauvignon is a thick-skinned grape that produces dark-colored and highly tannic wines, full in body and rich in dark berries. Cabernet Sauvignon wines can be bold and fruity or savory and smoky. It depends on where the Cabernet Sauvignon grows and how it's made into wine. Now, I'm drinking an exclusive Cabernet Sauvignon from Smith Madrone Winery in Napa Valley. Let me tell you a little bit about Smith Madrone right now before we get into the wine. Nestled on Spring Mountain Road, it's only 30-minute drive from St. Helena, is Smith Madrone Vineyards and Winery. Although one time I drove from Sonoma across the mountain and got it. It kind of took a long way. It's a 200-acre ranch, partly planted as a vineyard over 100 years ago. So where California black bears and other wildlife once thrived, gigantic 120-year-old olive trees now thrive on the land that overlooks Napa Valley and Napa Valley State Park. It is a stunning view when you get to the top. Highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
So what am I drinking? I'm drinking Smith Madrone's Cook's Flat Reserve, and it's $180. I know, but this is unbelievable for a Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa. So it's elegant and it's sophisticated. It can be served at literally a star-studded dinner party or at a relaxed backyard gathering. That's how beautiful this wine is. And it has something for everyone. The name Cook's Flat is an homage to George Cook, who was the first legal owner of the property that the Smith family purchased in 1971. And it indicates the 8-acre parcel named Cook's Flat of the 200 acres that were purchased. So when I received this wine, there was a tissue around it, and it was the copy of the U.S. Land Office patent signed by President Chester Arthur, granting ownership of the land to George Cook. So I thought that's a great little tidbit of history. That's
really cool.
I know, and I love the winery histories that we've uncovered, even when we're learning about the wines. So this isn't a big, bold California cab, though. It's intentionally made to be a wine to compete with elegant first growth Bordeaux. So the wine is only produced when the vintage year is superior, and this is 2016. It's the last one that the Smith family has produced. So this is 2016. Each year the blend is different, and the 2016 blend is 54% Cabernet Sauvignon and 46% Cab Franc. So we got the blend here going out. So it's rich and it's full. Oh my gosh, these aromas of dark and juicy plums and black cherries. The palate is textured, blackberries on the palate, dark chocolate, currants, tobacco, baking spice, a dash of green tea. tannins are soft, they're moderate, the finish is rich. And it was a 2016. So this is a beautiful, beautiful wine. It can be aged 15 to 20 years. All right. And only 130 cases of this wine were produced. So my bottle was stamped of the 1,560 bottles. My bottle is stamped 1,352. So it's exclusive, but honestly, just because it's exclusive, doesn't mean you can't open it with a gathering or what I said earlier, dinner party or just a backyard party.
That's a really special wine to share.
It is. It is.
I'm a big fan of Smith Madrone wines, and that is thanks for sharing that.
You're so welcome.
Well, in comparison, Cabernet Franc is a thinner skinned grape that produces a slightly lighter, softer, less tannic wine with aromas typically of raspberry, bramble, and bell pepper.
Mhm.
And today I'm drinking a Cabernet Franc, and I have the Lang & Reed 2016 214 Cabernet Franc from Napa Valley. And Lang & Reed was founded in 1993 by Tracy and John Scoopney, who named the winery after their two sons. And while Napa Valley is known for Cabernet Sauvignon, their goal was to explore the distinct charms of Cabernet Franc. And they wanted to express the range of aromatics and flavors. So Lang & Reed produces three different expressions of Cabernet Franc sourced from different vineyards in Napa Valley and the North Coast. And this particular one, the 214 Cabernet Franc, is made from, clone 214. And hence the name. This is a wine, it retails in the $80 range. So it is also a very special wine to drink. The wine is a deep purple color. It's very aromatic. It's got bright fruit notes of cherries and raspberries. There's this also really pretty kind of violet and baking spice aromas. It's I'd say it's like a medium plus body. It's not overly intense, but it's there. And it's got really soft tannins and this long, juicy, juicy finish. So it is.
Wow.
A beautiful expression of Cabernet Franc. Absolutely beautiful.
And I love that both of us chose wines that were from the 2016 vintage.
I know.
I know.
Total coincidence.
I know it is total coincidence. Anyone watching this, it's a coincidence. And I also love that you don't have to, yes, these are they're not $20 wines. They're not even $40 wines, but the value that I received from the Cook's Flat from Smith Madrone is so great that it makes spending $180. Okay. It really does, because you're getting some value and quality. It just matches.
That's the price point of a lot of Napa cabs. And to have one that not only has a great story, but has beautiful, the way you described it, it just seems like it's just such a beautiful wine that, it's worth the money.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking. All right.
So whether it's Cabernet Sauvignon or Cabernet Franc, life is a Cabernet. So give our video a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more. Cheers.
Cheers.